What's going on, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you guys 10 tips in Helldivers 2 based on my experience from playing thus far. And yeah, let's move on. So number one, my biggest tip is going to help you hopefully get in the game to play right now because the servers are just absolutely swamped. So I have found it is pretty much 90% effective that if you join off someone who's already in the game, or because I'm on PSN, if you use the PlayStation home menu and you use the quick play option, it gets you right in the game pretty much every time. I found that to be the most effective way. That way you don't have to sit on the main menu and wait for it to constantly just refresh and be there all day. I have found that this is more effective in getting in the game. Moving on to tip number 2, the orbital rail cannon I think is really good, and it's super effective at higher levels, like when you're playing on 7, 8, and 9, because it takes out the Bile Titans and the Chargers in a one-hit basic kill, and it gets them out of your way. And when you're playing on the harder levels, you end up having 3 or more of these enemies, so it's really good at kind of thinning out the crowd, the herd, as one would say. Moving on to tip 3, this would be for pretty much anyone, but also if you're new to the game, something you want to buy early on is the railgun. I think the railgun is one of the best guns in the game, one of the best stratagems in the game. It can one-shot the Bile Titans if you hit them in the face. Trust me, do it. It's fun. And it's pretty effective on almost every enemy. So if there's something you should go for the railgun. You won't be upset about it. Let's put it that way. Moving on to tip 4, I think shotguns are the most effective on bugs. I have found that the shotgun, at least on bugs, is by far the best gun. And there's different varieties. So there's pump shotgun, there's an automatic shotgun, or there's even an incendiary shotgun, which is what I'm using, and I think that is ultimately the best. But you have to earn that from the premium battle pass type of thing. But I will have a tip on how to earn that free, so keep watching. Now when it comes to the bots, on the other hand, pretty much all guns are effective. The main thing you want to do is shoot them in the red spot, where the glowing red spot you'll see on all the bots. That's where they'll get the critical damage. So that's what you want to aim for. Moving on to tip 5, this is to deal with the samples in the game. So there's green samples, there's orange samples, there's also pink and purple ones. And the pink and purple ones are the uranium samples. Excuse me. And they're kind of obtained in one specific spot on the map. They're designated by this kind of rock spire formation, and all the samples you need to find will be at the base of that one rock formation, as opposed to some of the other samples where you'll find them scattered around the map. These super rare samples will all be clustered together. So if you can spot that spire formation, you want to run towards that thing. And the main thing with this too is you want to try and find a planet, if you're grinding them, to find a planet where the visibility is the best, so it doesn't have atmospheric elements, and it doesn't have maybe the trees or things like that to hinder your visibility. Moving on, tip 6, as I mentioned, there's these things called super credits, okay? So they're in-game currency. So when it comes to this, you want to look for bunkers within the game, the different planets, and different areas on the map marked with a diamond. Now, sometimes there'll be a crash drop pod, or it might be an area that looks like there's a crate. Well, if you explode that crate, you'll find that there's items within that crate as well. And what you want to do these a lot, because you earn medals from them. You also earn requisition slips where what you can buy the stratagems with, and you can earn the thing what I just mentioned, super credits, which are actual in-game currency that you can buy with real life money, but you can earn it in-game, which I think is huge. So thank you to the game developers. Thank you for doing that, because I don't want to spend real life money. I already spent real life money on the game. Let me earn everything by playing the game like it used to be back in the day, in the good old days of gaming. Okay? Thank you. So what you want to do, you want to look for these super credits, okay? And all you need is 1,000. Now, when you find them, they kind of range between 10 to 30 you'll get at a time. But once you start finding them and you do it more and more, you'll get that 1,000 pretty quick, as well as the basic battle pass. You get these super credits. You can also use medals to buy them. So you'll find yourself getting to that 1,000 super credits pretty quick without having to spend real life money. And then in turn, you can buy the premium battle pass and then earn those ones as well. So it's a way to kind of get the premium battle pass for free. You just play the game, look for these bunkers, look for these supply drops and things like that, get the super credits. So that's my tip 6. Moving on to tip 7. If the bugs are giving you grief, so like the bugs with the stalkers or the guys, you know, they use their tongues and stuff like that, if they are bothering you and they're giving you kind of hell, one of the best stratagems to use is the laser guard dog. This, by far, will give you the breathing room you need. It pretty much will take out all the small guys, and it's really effective even on the bigger guys too, but it'll give you space to kind of get your bearings on the enemies, and you won't really get swarmed as much as you will without it. Moving on to tip 8, use your stratagems. They replenish. For the most part, most of them replenish. Same as your ammo. Don't feel like you shouldn't be using your ammo. You will use your ammo, and you will use it all. There will be multiple times where you will run out of ammo, but that is why there's a supply drop. Just use it. The supply drop will resupply, and then it'll respawn in a couple minutes, and you'll get it again, and then you'll get it again. So for new players, don't be scared of using your stratagems, like thinking they're limited or something. Use them. You'll want to use them. Thank me later. And yes, keep killing for democracy, as we say. Moving on to tip 9, I think it is better to diversify than have everyone bring the same stratagems. So you want to think tactically, because ultimately these bugs and the bots, they want your ass. So think tactically and kill them, okay? Now finally, for my last tip, tip number 10, have fun, okay? It's a new game. There's a lot of problems right now. Hopefully my first tip helped you out in even getting into the game to play it. There are some bugs, no pun intended. There are some problems right now with people not being able to play. If you can play, just have fun. And part of that is learning the game. There are going to be times where you're with randoms, you kill each other. There are going to be times where you're with your friends, you kill each other. Just laugh about it. It's funny. It happens. It's part of the game. If you played the first game, it happened all the time. It's part of the game. It is meant to happen. Those random grenades that you throw to think you're killing an enemy, but it actually blows up your friend, it happens. Just laugh about it. It's okay. Enjoy the havoc. You know what? And all you can do is spread democracy. Go spread democracy. Have fun. Hope these tips helped you. Thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later. Peace out.